See ya. Thank you. Yeah, right. Thank you for the hospitality and all the whiskies last night, Rachel and Keith. I really appreciate it. So what's the plan for today? Well, the quickest way to get to John O'Groats would technically just be to follow the A9 all the way up, but I am done with doing the quickest and most boring routes. I want something interesting. So the two options are either go through the Cairngorms, through the centre of them, or go to Loch Ness and follow Loch Ness. I think I'm going to go through the Cairngorms. I want some nice views. So I'm heading towards Braymore, and then once I hit Braymore, let's see how I feel. Might continue, might stop there. Let's see. Right now though, I'm on my way to Dunning to find a local corner shop because there's barely any around here. And I need some food for the day.
And whilst there weren't many formal shops in the area, I love it when you come across things like this in the countryside.
A little farm shop with an honesty box in it. They've got quite a few nice things in here. You can even get yourself a coffee or ice lollies. But I bought myself some elderflower cordial, so that'll make my water a bit more interesting. Happy days.
Soon I was heading through the valleys of Perthshire towards the main city of Perth. And then I was not long out the other side, pondering the answers to life's biggest questions.
Right, if there's anyone that can settle the scone versus scone debate, it's them.
I swear, if I went there and there weren't just wall-to-wall scones, I would flip. Anyway, enough pondering the linguistic properties of baked delectables. I was on flat roads and enjoying them because I was acutely aware of the challenge that was coming up.
That, just there, is the Cairngorms, or the start of it. It's huge. It's the largest national park in the UK by far, being about twice the size of the Lake District. It's bigger than Luxembourg, and it represents about 2% of the UK's overall area. And it's where I'm going into. I've got a lot of climbing to do.
A lot of climbing indeed. Here was the altitude for today's cycle, and here is where I was. I had over 1,000 feet to climb to get through a valley, up and over the other side. It would be a challenge, but oh man, would it be worth it. I would actually go on to tell the family afterwards that it was the most fun I had had in a long time. So, if you want 5 minutes of good music and scenery, then stick around. Otherwise, maybe skip this bit.
Well, that was a doozy. Time for the football. Let's go.
When I walk beside her, I am the better man. When I look to leave her, I always stagger back again. Once I built an ivory tower so I could worship from above. When I climbed down to be set free, she took me in again. There's a big hard sun beating on the big people in a big hard world. When she comes to greet me, she is mercy at my feet. Yeah. When I see her pin her charm, she just throws it back at me. Once I dug an early grave to find a better land. She just smiled and laughed at me and took her blues back again. There's a big hard sun beating on the big people in the big hard world. Oh, there's a big hard sun beating on the big people in the big hard world. When I go to cross that river, she is comfort by my side. When I try to understand, she just opens up her hands.
And after not long, I hit Braemar, which is where I wanted to spend the night because it's one of the main villages in the area. And I passed a caravan site which, when I looked online, said it didn't take tents, but when I passed it, it did. So I went in, I inquired, they said they're full. But one thing I found throughout this trip is no matter how full a campsite is, if you're on your own and don't have a car, they'll find space for you.
So I have reached Braemar today. It's a village in the Cairngorms. It's actually one of the coldest villages in the UK, or I guess more specifically, it is the third coldest by average temperature. It's also one of the warmest places in the UK at times, and the reason is it's the same for both things. The reason is that Braemar is surrounded by hills, as you can see, as best as I can show it here. And that creates a bowl type effect. So when it's cold, the cold air comes in from the mountains, rolls down into here and can't really escape. And when it's really warm as well, the temperature increases and then the hot air can't escape either. So for both reasons, it's it's a village of kind of extreme temperatures, especially where it's placed. So yeah, just thought that was an interesting fact.
Right, we all know the drill now. Find a pub, charge up the electronics, have a pint.